good afternoon or good morning if you guys are out on the West Coast. It's, let's see, what is today? Tuesday, May 31st. I guess a lot of you guys are pretty excited because we're announcing our scholarship winner today. We're here live, Tailwheels, etc., in Winter Haven, Florida. We are in sunny Central Florida. For those of you guys that are not real sure exactly where we're at, you know, Orlando's about 40 miles off this way. Tampa's about another 35, 40 miles out that direction, and the beautiful Key West is just about an hour and a half south of us by plane. We're real close by. We got Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal Studios, and very, very soon, I'm excited to announce, is going to be Legoland right here in Winter Haven, which I'm hoping is going to bring us a lot more attractions and a lot more business here to us. It'll be great. Anyways, like I said, I kind of touched on a second ago, we're going to announce the winner of our scholarship program, and what I'd like to do is just kind of introduce you guys to the folks sitting with me here. This is part of the staff here at Tailwheels. It is the greatest staff around. We have my father, John. You know, him and I kind of run the school and try and put out as many fires as we can and have a good time. My wife, Elizabeth, over here, she's sitting in the corner pretending like, like she's not here. And then, of course, Miss Donna Newman, who is also, by the way, our Employee of the Month this month. So it's fantastic. She's really excited about that. Anyways, Donna's our student coordinator. She's who all the students will talk to when they get started and get them going in the right directions. Anyways, I wanted to kind of let Dad had a few words that he wanted to talk to you guys about and just kind of fill you in. Dad?
Well, thanks, Jonathan. Jonathan and I started this flight school 6 years ago, and actually I was supposed to be retired, and they kind of roped me in. But we decided we had to do things differently. You know, 80% of people that set out to learn to fly drop out. And we thought that was a terrible, terrible number. And if you don't believe me, it's real easy to calculate it. You go to the FAA website, go back 2 years, come forward 2 years, see how many got their license. 80% dropped out. That's not a good thing because so many people have lost their dreams, lost their goals. And we set out to do it differently to see if we couldn't help enhance that and make a better number. So what we did is we put together a 2-week program. We figured everybody can get off work for 2 weeks. You know, and they do their homework before they come. We work really hard with them for 2 weeks and they get their license. Well, when we first started it, there was a lot of skepticism, both by us and other people. Could we do a good job? Could we really train these people and make them quality pilots and work on them in only 2 weeks? So we decided, okay, we're going to try this. We had to have 3 rules or criteria that we put together. First one was we had to have fun. I was retired. If it's not going to be fun, I'm not going to do it. Second one is it has to be fun for our students. If it's not fun for them, why are they doing it in the first place? It's got to be fun. And the third one was we had to turn out really high quality people as pilots. And that was real, real important to me. I've been flying for 42 years. I've flown UPS freight. I've run a charter business. I've been a chief pilot and a chief flight instructor. So it was real important to me that we turn out really high quality students. So we weren't sure if this was the right thing to do or not. And there's been a lot of skepticism about it. So we tried it. We sent our first students to the FAA examiners for the check ride, and they knew that we'd only had them for 2 weeks. Those check rides were literally some brutal check rides. A private pilot check ride should only last 3 or 4 hours. These lasted all day. The examiners were determined to find out what it was we left out, because they knew it just wasn't possible to do it in 2 weeks. Well, after about a half a dozen of them, they finally came back to us and they said, we're not sure how you guys are doing this, but these are the best students we've ever seen. They've got lower hours, higher quality, they're very confident in their skills and their abilities. These are good pilots. Keep doing what it is you're doing because we like it. And that just validated our beliefs and what we were doing was right. And so we've tried to share that with as many people as we can all across the United States. So we teach people from not just Winter Haven, but between Connecticut and California and all over the world. We have international approval to bring students in, and we do. We also have to have a high quality maintenance staff. And my daughter-in-law Elizabeth takes charge of that and makes sure that we have the best staff and the best maintenance possible. Now she's not going to tell you some of these things, so I'm going to do it. Not only is she a flight instructor, an instrument instructor, she's a tailwheel pilot. She flies all these airplanes we have. She's an A&P mechanic. She has the FAA inspector authorization. She's just a phenomenal person and pilot and all-around good person to have here. We always say she's the only one that actually works here. The rest of us just kind of support and coordinate and watch her. So I know she wasn't going to tell you all that, so I had to. So anyway, Elizabeth, I'm going to let you tell them about the maintenance.
All right, well, we have what I consider some of the top mechanics that we found out there. We have 5 maintenance people in the shop that work 7 to 6 o'clock usually 5 days a week, and Jonathan and John actually pitch in on the weekends to, if we have any airplanes that need to go and be brought up very quickly. We do a great job, I believe. Well, let's face it, we're flying a lot, so the airplanes don't break that often, so that's a pretty good job on our part. We do go and make sure that we keep all the logbooks up to date, and we actually have multiple inspections by the FAA for our 141 maintenance. And they come in, and we've actually gotten quite a few compliments on our logbooks and how we do our maintenance here, so I'm very happy with that. We also do not only, just your normal inspections and fixing of alternators when they die. We also do restorations. My husband and I restored that beautiful Stearman sitting behind us, 1940 Stearman. Did a ground up restoration on it last year, worked our tails off on it. Test flew it July 20th, and July 22nd we took off for Oshkosh and flew all the way up to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which is a long time to sit on a parachute. Long time to sit on a parachute, but it flew great.
Good times.
It was an awesome time. We had a great time. We really enjoy what we do here, and I think it shows and it spreads to the whole family. And the family's not just us. The family is the whole staff here at Tailwheels. And
yeah, we try to keep everything
that's
very much very oriented, so it's a very good family atmosphere for everybody. We want everybody to have a good time, and the best way to do that is simply making sure everybody's enjoying themselves and having fun. So I think we do a pretty good job of that. I mean, Donna?
I'm Donna Newman. I'm the student coordinator at Tailwheels. So when you call or when you send an email, it's probably going to be coming to me. I'm going to be addressing your needs and your questions. I came to be part of the Tailwheel family kind of in an inadvertent way. My husband and I retired 14 years ago with the intention of golfing and enjoying the sun, but our love of aviation, we have both been pilots for about 38 years, came into play. We met John, Jonathan, and Liz, and it's hard not to get excited about watching something grow and blossom into a wonderful enterprise. It's fun to watch the students come in uncertain and a little scared. In a week, they're coming very confidently to the desk, asking for the can, and in 2 weeks, we're here when they get their license. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience, and I'm really pleased and proud to be part of that experience. As part of the things that I do is answer questions, and I have a few questions that come up repeatedly as we're talking to new students. So I would like to have a moment for everybody to kind of have some response to how we handle those questions. And the first question is, how does the accelerated flight program work?
Go ahead, Jonathan.
All right, I'll take it. I'm always happy to talk. Not very good at it, but I'm always happy to do it. Our accelerated program, Dad kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, we basically adopted it from the way that the U.S. Navy used to do their training back in the 40s when they had the big pilot shortage then. Of course, we've updated it quite a bit. There's a lot more material to go through now than there was back then. But we took a lot of the basis that they used, and we kind of updated it for our needs, and that's how we've done that. What we do essentially is we bring the students in. They come in for 2 weeks. We own them for 2 weeks. We will fly with them typically on average between about 3 and 4 times per day. We try to do about an hour per flight. We'll do ground sessions in between, and of course take breaks. The key to it is you have to take the breaks from time to time. Once your mind gets to a saturation point, you can't absorb any more material until you've taken just a few minutes to relax and recuperate, kind of get your bearings set about it again. So we're very big on taking plenty of breaks to make sure that you can keep on going in the training and keep moving forward. That's the best way to do it. As far as the training goes, like I said, we get people, they come in from all types. We'll have people coming in from scratch. They've never flown before at all. We'll have some people that are coming in on a what we call the finish-up program. We've had people before that have had 30, 40 hours of flight time. We even had one gentleman came in, had 200 hours of flight time and no pilot's license. And we hate to see that, but at the same time, we like that they're coming to us to get them finished. It makes us feel real good that we can be part of their dream that they've been working on for so long and have come so close to giving up on, and yet we're the ones that can finish them up and get them through to where they want to be. So that's one of the greatest things about this accelerated program and our flight school, that we get to meet all these interesting people. We get to actually talk to them, interact with them. We become friends with most of them, and it's funny, we have friends from all over the country and all over the world now, just for that reason. So
I'd like to emphasize that because we do make it fun. We have to have fun, and when we have these people come from all over, you know, they're skeptical. They think, well, can they really do what they say they're going to do? And they've been to so many places where people didn't do what they said they were going to do. We have people that come from all over the world. We even had a gentleman come from Moscow, Russia. We've had him come from the Maldives, from India, from different places in South Africa. We've had them from literally all parts of the world. And so now it really makes it unique because we have friends all over the world. Anywhere we want to go, we have somebody that we can go meet and talk to and see. And we all share that common bond of aviation. So, you know, it's really a cool thing to do.
One thing I would like to add to that, for those of you who are international students or are not U.S. Citizens, you do have to have some specialized forms of approval from the U.S. government. TSA approval, you need a visa if you are coming in for training. Liz is head of that program, but we handle all of that paperwork for you. So if you have any questions on those things, we'd be glad to answer them for you. And moving along to the second part of that, one I'm asked very often, what's the benefit of an accelerated program?
Well, I like that one because I used to teach. Well, I've always taught all my life. And when we first started this, we weren't sure if it was going to work or not till we saw the results. The results speak for themselves. When you have a pilot that comes in, they're unsure of themselves, and in 2 weeks, they're a private pilot, and they're a better pilot than the ones we used to see with twice the number of hours. It took 6 months or a year to get their license. You know, they learn faster, they have fewer hours, and their skills are so much better. You know, and then they seem like they almost always come back for an additional rating for an instrument, or some of them want to be a professional pilot and they get into that program. So the benefits are just incredible. Less cost, you can get the license done in a fairly short period of time, and we believe firmly, based on the results we see, it's far better training than you've ever seen before.
Jonathan, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
I think Dad kind of hit the nail right on the head there. I mean, when you come down to it, the benefits of the accelerated program is you're going to spend less money in the long term. You're going to have the license in the shorter term, which is what you obviously want to have. The quicker you can get the license, the quicker you can go out and start building the experience. So it's, I mean, I think you did a pretty good job touching on the benefits there. I mean, there's a few other benefits. The biggest benefit that I always hear from a lot of my students is not only did they enjoy the training, they felt that it was cost effective, they were happy with the time frame, but I hear this time and time again, and I can't tell you how much it makes me smile every time I hear it, is when they come up to us, they say, you know, Jonathan, the biggest benefit that we've seen to your program was all of you guys. You guys all pitched together, you all helped us out, you all helped us achieve our dreams. When I get students to come up to me and tell me that, I can't help but smile, ear to ear grin. I absolutely love hearing that. So.
And I think the last thing that I would like to mention is the fact that we have a one-price program. When you come to us for an accelerated program, you know exactly what it's going to cost. There are no surprises. We cover everything above board and straightforward ahead of time. So if we say that it's going to be a certain price, it is in fact going to be that price. The third portion that I have very often is the fact that we have a very high pass rate. When our students go for a check ride, they usually pass. Would one of you like to address that?
You know, that's one that I would be happy to. When you ask the question, or people ask the question, you know, why do we have such a high pass rate? In my mind, it's real simple. The reason we have such a high passing rate simply is because we're the best. We have, like as Lizzie said, we have some of the best flight instructors in the country. We have some of the best maintenance staff in the country. And we work very, very hard one-on-one with each of our students to try and get them to be their best as well. And it's a demanding program. So when they come in, you know, we expect them to be focused and, like I said, and willing to put in the effort and the work. It's not a freebie. But because of that, they come in with this focused drive, and they're set, they're dedicated on what they want to do, and they work towards that goal of getting that license finished. And it winds up that we have, because of a combination of the instructors and everybody and the students that are coming in with that drive and that focus, we wind up with the best students simply because of that fact alone.
Would you like to add to that, John?
Well, I think Jonathan hit it pretty well. One thing that I always emphasize is we put the fun into flying, because so many times we work hard at it at different places and we get into a rut and we forget. We're supposed to do this because it's fun. So that's why we become pilots, because we enjoy what we're doing. And I think that's real important for everyone to remember and to do.